Hello everyone, welcome to my channel. I hope that you are all good. In today's video, we are going to do a Christmas acrylic set of nails. So I really hope you all enjoy watching. Now I'm going to be using Extra from Diamond Nail Supplies. This is kind of like a pale pink acrylic with a really pretty silver shimmer to it. So I'm going to start off by picking up small beads of acrylic because it's cold, so the acrylic is setting slower, and I always find it harder to work with acrylic when it's setting slower. So I've placed my first bead of acrylic down, and we're placing down at the cuticle area, tapping it up into place at that cuticle, and then I'm trying to keep it clean and off the sidewalls, and then I'm going to blend this color down. On this nail we're going to be doing a glitter fade from the tip down, so I'm only really wanting this acrylic down at the cuticle area, building up a little bit of an apex with it, but then we're going to blend it down. I felt as though this first bead didn't blend down as much as I wanted it to, so I do come in with a second small bead, blend it back into that previous bead of acrylic, and then just gently take the color a little bit down. Now I'm working on the Red Iguana practice hand, so I've just got some nail bed tips in. So we're working on this set of nails as though it was an acrylic overlay. Now of course, if I was doing this on myself or a client, I would do a thin clear base to begin with, but just because it's on the Red Iguana hand, I didn't today. Now let's look at the glitters we're going to be using. I wanted to do a mix of finer glitter and chunky glitter. So this first glitter is from Charlie's Nala. As you see, it's called Mistletoe Kisses, and I really love this one because it's a square glitter mix. Now a lot of the time glitter mixes are hexagon shaped, so this is a really fun one because they are little teeny tiny squares. It kind of looks like little pixels. I love it. I just think it's so fun, and I love a Christmas where you can go really all out with nail art and just have fun. So I wanted to keep these with the green and red theme. I didn't necessarily have a plan for this set of nails, I just wanted to play around with some glitters. So I also picked out this beautiful one called Holly, and as you can see, this is a really chunky mix, so that is why I'm combining it with a finer glitter mix. I always find it so much easier to go in with a finer mix first of all, and then layer on your chunky glitter mix. This way you don't end up with a thick bulky glitter application, but you can still get a full coverage glitter look. So obviously throughout this set we're doing a lot of glitter, so I'm going to share my tips and tricks for how I apply that and how I get it looking really sparkly without having to load up the nail. And that is one of those tips: always combine your chunky glitter with a finer glitter. You don't need to do this for all chunky glitters because some of them have a finer cut glitter mixed in with them, but I still find it that little bit easier to go in with a finer mix underneath. So we blended back our glitter to create our glitter fade, and then I'm going to leave that now. We're going to encapsulate further along in the video. This nail, I wanted this to be a full glitter nail, so you're not really going to see any of this acrylic underneath it, but ideally when you are doing a full glitter nail, you still need a layer of acrylic underneath so that your glitter is sandwiched between two layers of acrylic. This way you're not going to have any breakages and you're still getting the strength for the nail, because obviously there's not really any strength in applying your glitter. So if you went straight in and added the glitter onto the nail bed, you might end up with lifting issues. So I've gone in with a very thin coat of Extra. You don't have to use a core color for this, like you don't have to use a pink or nude. You could do this with clear, but I feel as though a nude does give you a nice base as well. And of course you could do it with a color as well, so we could have gone in here with a green or a red to match our glitters. And then I'm going to go in with my fine glitter to begin with. Now I'm picking up my glitters using teeny tiny wet beads of clear acrylic. So you can see I go into my monomer, pick up a small bead of clear acrylic, and then dip into my raw glitter, and then I kind of swoosh it when I place it down on the nail to begin with to help the glitter mix in with the acrylic. And then I kind of just start patting, pressing it into place, pulling my brush back to gently feather those glitters, and then I'm just using my wet brush to nudge those glitters around whilst that acrylic is still wet. So I'm trying to get those finer glitters as close and as neat around that cuticle area as possible, so that I haven't got to stress too much when it it comes to applying the chunky glitters at getting them neat around the cuticle area. It's a lot easier to get your cuticle and sidewall area neat with your finer glitters than what it is with your chunky ones. So then I've gone in and picked up another small bead of clear acrylic and then dipped that into my raw chunky glitter, and placing that down exactly the same, allowing the glitter to mix with the acrylic a little bit. So I'm kind of just swooshing it around and then taking a few brush strokes here and there to move those glitters in place. And then rather than adding any additional acrylic, I just was picking up individual pieces of glitter, placing them down where I wanted them to go because the acrylic is still wet. And then I just picked up a small bead of clear acrylic to wash around just to hold those chunky glitters in place, so that when it comes to encapsulating, we don't pull them off or move them around. They're going to be set in place. Now on this nail, I was going to do another glitter fade, and then I decided that I would do kind of like a cutout color block tip instead. So I did go a little bit wrong here with this first bead, because I placed this down thinking, yeah, I'm going to do a glitter fade, and then I was kind of like, you know what, I've done a glitter fade on the pointer finger, I need to do something different. So I'm patting and pressing this into place at the cuticle area, and then I blend it down, and then I just sort of decided at this point, no, let's do a cutout design instead. So if I was to do this again, I would come in and sort of build up the wall for my cutout design first, very similar to how you would do a French nail. Now, talking of French nails, I've been doing a little series on my channel called French Nail Friday. So each Friday I've uploaded a different acrylic so far French nail. I might add in some gel polish and builder gel Frenches, but predominantly at the moment it's been acrylic because I've wanted to practice my acrylic French nails. So if you would like to check that out, then there is a playlist that's got the videos I've done so far in that, which kind of shows how you would do color blocking a little bit easier than what I'm doing here. So I did come in with my second bead of acrylic, and I'm kind of just patting and pressing it into place and then cutting it off. So I'm cutting a little swoosh across the nail, and this is why it's similar to how you do a French, because with a French you build up your wall. So we're doing the same here, we're building up a wall for our cutout design, and then we're going to have a glitter tip or glitter cutout section. So I'm kind of just patting and pressing the acrylic into place, and then using the sides of my brush to carve out the shape that I want it to be. And then I will leave this to set, and then once it's fully set, we'll file across this block or this wall to make it nice and crisp, so we get a nice neat application. And then we're just going to apply our glitter in that little cutout section right at the tip. And it's a really fun way to do something different rather than just a French. I did want to come in with another bead to build up the apex so that we don't have to come in and encapsulate, because extra is a strength powder, so this color doesn't need to be encapsulated. So when it does come to encapsulating this nail, we're just going to encapsulate the glitter that's at the tip of the nail. You can do this two ways. You could keep this quite thin, do your cutout still, apply your glitter, and then encapsulate your entire nail. If I was not using a strength powder, that's what I would do. But because this is a strength powder, I prefer to go in and just build up my apex and my structure with this color, because in all honesty, encapsulating is not my favorite thing to do. So on to the little finger. This now I decided to do kind of like a hidden glitter fade. So I'm going to come in with my glitters down at the cuticle area. Again, if I was doing this on myself or a client, I would have a clear base underneath here. I wouldn't go directly in with glitter on the natural nail. So I'm coming in with a small bead of mistletoe kisses to begin with. I did pick up a little bit too much, so I wiped off some of the excess, and I'm using the very tip of my brush whilst it's nice and wet to nudge those glitters right up close to that cuticle area, and then just gently nudging them around. I don't have to get too full coverage with the mistletoe kisses because we're coming in with that chunky glitter over the top. I do have a discount code for Charlie's Nail Art, by the way, which is where I like to get a lot of my glitters from, so I will leave that in the description box below. If you are working with acrylic or even builder gel, glitters, etc., they have a huge selection of glitters along with things like foils, decals, etc. So they are a great place, and they're really cheap prices as well. So I'm layering up holly over the top and just trying my best to still get some of those chunky pieces in. I wanted one of those green stars and one of the red hexagons, but I'm trying my best not to make it too thick, because obviously when it comes to encapsulating down at that cuticle area, you don't want it to be too thick. Then I'm just putting a wash of clear acrylic on to hold those in place. And then once this is set, we'll come in and do our next step. If I'd have done my next step straight away, it would move those chunky glitters around. So whilst I'm waiting, I'm going to head back to the first nail and we are going to encapsulate. So I'm picking up a medium-sized bead, placing it down in that apex area, blending it slightly into the cuticle area. I don't really need any excess product there, and then I'm just going to pat and press this into place, patting the sidewalls, or sorry, swiping the sidewalls down and patting and pressing the acrylic towards the center of the nail to build up the spine of the nail, and then just gently feathering the top of that bead of acrylic down towards the tip of the nail. I've got enough product in the back third for my apex, so I'm going to come in with another small bead at the very tip of the nail just to make sure that that glitter is fully encapsulated. I don't want the tip to be too thick and bulky. I want it to be nice and thin, but I do need to make sure that I've fully encapsulated all of my glitters, and that is why it's really important to keep your glitter application nice and thin, because if that's bulky and you then need to come in and encapsulate, the overall nail is going to look bulky. Now on to the full glitter now. I'm going to place my first bead of acrylic down roughly halfway down the nail, and we're going to use this to start encapsulating the tip part of the nail. So I'm pressing the sidewalls in, tapping it into the center of the nail, and then if there's any excess acrylic, you can either blend this back, which is what I'm going to do, or you could pull it off. I'm going to blend it back because we haven't encapsulated down towards the cuticle area yet anyway, and then always pressing those sidewalls to try and keep it as neat as possible. But if they are a little bit bulky, you can fix this up with your file. It's coming in now with my cuticle bead, tapping it into place at that cuticle area, pulling the sides down, and then gently feathering the top of that bead of acrylic down, because we're wanting to leave this bead there to build up that apex area. Then I'm just gently feathering everything out. I do think I come in with a third bead here, because although the nail was fully encapsulated, so all of those glitters are sealed in, the apex area was looking a little bit thin. So I think I come in, no, I didn't. I mustn't have felt like it needed it. But if you did feel as though the nail was slightly thin, you could come in with another bead of acrylic there. I did then file the wall of my cutout, and then we're going to go in and apply our glitters. So I started off with the finer one, just a thin layer of this, just covering that entire tip of the nail again, so we haven't got to stress about applying too much of those chunky glitters. And then we're going to go in and pick up a small bead of acrylic. I decided to come in with a little bit more of the finer glitter. I did this set at the start of the week, so I kind of was completely forgetting. I've done 2 other videos since I've done this one, so sometimes they all blur into one and I forget the steps that I've done. But I did basically come in with a little bit more of the finer glitter, and then we're just going to add on some of those chunky glitters. Now the mistake I made on this one was I placed down my chunky glitters and then I just went straight in to encapsulate. I don't know what I was thinking, because obviously you need to leave them to set, because otherwise you'll see what happens. They end up pulling around, and this is why I've left the chunky glitters to set on all the other nails. But you'll see on this one, I go in and apply my acrylic and I just start encapsulating, but because those chunky glitters are not set, it just ends up hard. Like I'm pulling them off, I can't move my acrylic into place without moving the chunky glitters. So this, I left it in, even though it's a mistake, because they do happen. But I kind of was just trying to work with the acrylic. I ended up losing one of those chunky hexagons, so I had to kind of press this star to replace it. But yeah, this is why you need to leave your chunky glitter to set. I do end up coming in and adding another thin layer of clear over the top of that, just to make sure it was fully encapsulated. But we're then going to move back to our little finger and finish off our hidden cuticle fade. So I'm placing this first bead of acrylic down, not taking it right up to the cuticle because I don't want to cover all of the glitter, and then I'm tapping it into place and then blending it down towards the tip of the nail. And then we will come in with clear to fully encapsulate that tip part of the nail, sorry, that cuticle part of the nail. But what I'm basically wanting to do is to make some of the glitter look as though it's hidden in that extra acrylic, and this works beautifully with this particular acrylic because it's not too opaque. So if you use a too opaque acrylic, you might have to use it a little bit thinner or a little bit wetter so you can still see those glitters and make them look just slightly hidden. Of course it depends on the look you're going for, but I did apply another bead of acrylic at the tip of the nail just to get a bit more colour coming through and build up that tip area material a little bit more, and then we're just patting and pressing that and then blending that back. So I did come back here to finish off encapsulating this nail. So I just popped down a small bead of acrylic, blended it back, and then just tapping it into place. So this step wouldn't have been necessary if I had left that chunky glitter to set. And then lastly, I do come in and encapsulate the little finger. So it has been really fun doing some more acrylic sets of nails. For a long time on my channel, I just didn't really do much with acrylic, and everyone kept asking me for more acrylic videos, and I felt as though I lost my sort of knack with acrylic and it was really hard to work with. But slowly it's coming back. But the main thing is I have so much enjoyment there for working with it. It has been so much fun to just do some of the more recent acrylic sets I've done on my channel. So thank you to all of you who have watched them, liked, commented, or even subscribed. It really means a lot to me. I've been doing my YouTube channel for I think maybe 6-7 years now. It started off just like a little hobby, and it's grown, and it's something that I really love. And at times in my life it has to take a back seat because of work and kids, but I will never give up on it. So thank you to all of you who have been subscribed from the beginning, and to all of you who are new subscribers. If you're enjoying the Christmas content, do let me know in the comments below, because I plan to upload a lot more between now and Christmas. So off camera, back to the nails, I did file and buff these. So I filed, contoured, debulked, filed the shape a bit crisper, and then I did go over with my buffer just to smooth out any of the scratches. And we're then going to come in and top coat. I'm using the Wow Bow top coat today, so I'm just coming in with a thin coat of this, and I love this step. I love it when you do like a full glitter nail with acrylic, and after you've encapsulated and filed, it looks dull, and then you come in and bring everything back to life with your top coat. So this is one of my favorite steps when I'm doing an acrylic set of nails. Now once you have applied your top coat, we're going to pop this in to cure for 60 seconds, and then this was the finished set of nails. I really hope you all enjoyed watching. If you did, please do give the video a thumbs up, leave me a comment below, and I shall see you all again in the next video. Lots of love, take care, bye bye.